Authorize. Is it because I need to do two-factor authentication? Okay, it's connected. Awesome. Alright, we're good. Sorry about that. We're good to go. Everything's back to normal. My chat is back to normal. Chat. Yeah, won't be able to see anything on there right now, but that's okay. Alright, yeah. Anyway, back to the game. Also, make sure to subscribe, guys. Gift a sub. I can gift subs to people. Nice. Subscription goal, 10 new subs. Interesting. This is awesome, bro. Anyway, yeah, I'm still getting used to all the affiliate stuff, but alright, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. Crit! Alright, so I have no bullets left. So what I need to do is... I need to switch my weapon. Change weapons to... club. Damn, dude. The music definitely feels like, or sounds like Resident Evil. Erg. Are you still alive? Hold on, let me call the paramedics. Melissa, she's a monster. Don't try to talk now, Melissa. Melissa, you mean the main actress. She probably got to Suzanne too. You'll have to stop her. Oh no. No, please wake up. Hang in there. That would suck, honestly, to still be alive with your skin burnt off like that. Big rip. Okay, I think I checked everything in here. Time to get the hell out. Dude, her heels are freaking huge. Here, take it. Take everything. It's all on the counter. Don't scare me. I'm with the NYPD. You're the one that scared me, lady. I was just getting ready. You know, only staff are allowed it in here. There was an incident here. You'll have to evacuate. What? You're kidding, right? Hey, I'm not dying here tonight. See ya. The clown guy. Dies instantly. Big rip, bro. Cool. Finally, I got some ammo. Ouch. I love these Resident Evil vibes. I love horror games, dude. I love how this is technically a horror game, but not strictly. Save your progress. Oh, there is a save point here. Okay. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I love how this is technically a horror game. Medicine. Hot, help. Uh-oh, the poor bird. Wait, where do I go now? Here? No. Parasite Eve.
Oh, that's it,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard to explain. It's one of those plots that are freaking crazy.
Okay.
But so far what's happened is I went on a date with this guy to a theater,
Okay.
and the actress kills everybody in the theater. And now I'm looking for her because I'm a police officer.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to arrest her.
Okay.
But what she did was she burned everybody alive.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's awful.
everywhere I go I'm finding people who are burnt to a crisp. It's pretty crazy. It's a good plot.
Yeah, it is.
Or it's very like
It's
action packed.
Well, and it sounds like it would make for a suspenseful game potentially.
Yeah, it's definitely suspenseful. A diary. November 3, the Christmas show is set. This has been my dream. The main actress has a solo concert at the theater in Central Park. And it's in New York. I took all that medication to get here. I have to get the lead part. I'll even sell my soul to the devil if I have to. November 17th. The cast was announced and Suzanne and I are double cast. I want to play the part alone, but everyone knows she's good. November 21. I think I'm overdoing it. My body is getting hotter than ever for some reason. I'd better take more medicine. December 6th. I collapsed today. I lost consciousness after my body got hot. I don't care if I die. I just want to get through this show. December 10th. I passed out again. They told me to go to the doctor and get some rest. If this continues, Suzanne will definitely take my part. I need to get better. I'd better take a lot of medication tonight. Suzanne was burned in an apartment fire. Is it because I wanted the part so bad? God forgive me. Oh, so she has the power to set people on fire. So she accidentally kills her co-worker to steal her part.
Wow.
It looks like I'll be the lead. I'd better take more medication and work it. Opening night, everything went smoothly. Tomorrow and Christmas Eve, we should have the biggest crowd of the season, and I have the solo concert the next day at the park. But I'm not feeling well. I'd better shape up if I want to get through this. I'd better take more medication. So she's the one who ended up killing everyone.
That's crazy.
And she was going through some medical shit before she went completely crazy and just killed everyone.
Like medical issues, not psychological.
She has the power to set people on fire. So it's some kind of supernatural thing that she's going through.
And she's probably also a pyromaniac on top of it.
Yeah, possibly.
You know, especially if she's setting people on fire and.
Yeah, you can mix it with the seltzer water if you want to mix her.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that cocktail.
It is good. Do you need anything?
I got mine.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get my gun equipped. Cool. Uh-oh. And right, but the other thing is that everything is transforming into monsters also. Nice. Cool. Music is good. Yeah. Yeah, and okay, so I go to this theater with my boyfriend. It's packed, it's Christmas. Everyone's here watching this show. This lady's singing, and then everyone is lit on fire. Everyone dies except me and my boyfriend. I save him. And I chase her down. She's being cryptic. I'm like, what did you do? Why are you killing people? How did you do it? And she's just talking about how their bodies are connected and how all this cryptic nonsense, not answering the question.
Is she answering at all or just dodging the question?
She's just being cryptic, maybe answering, but in a cryptic way. So then you end up fighting each other. You shoot her a bunch. She doesn't die. So she runs away, and now I'm chasing her
Okay.
because she's under arrest for setting a whole theater full of people on fire.
That's just nuts.
You are so under arrest, lady. I'm sorry, I cannot let you get away with that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on so far in the game.
Alright, who's on the stream?
No one yet.
Okay.
Nucleic domination has finally come to an end once and for all. There's something about mitochondria in your cells becoming sentient
I love
and turning you into a monster.
cell study in biology. That's a really pretty crimson dress.
Yeah. Yeah, the girls are really hot in this,
Oh shit, man.
which is pretty awesome. For PS1 era, it's pretty impressive.
So when did this game come out?
97.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive for 97.
Yeah.
The day of the mitochondria to be free has finally arrived. So mitochondria has become sentient and can control the cell and can take over the human body and turn you into a freaking monster. Not only humans, but also like animals and shit. Fuck. You bitch. So yeah, that's the plot of the game. Got him. Come get some.
Where are they? It's like that they're-
We're in a theater, but this is like a practice room with a piano. There's a practice room in the theater where the people like, rehearse. You can't get me. Come here. You done? You had enough? I'm too good at these kinds of games. Yeah, and she says that we're the same, so apparently I have the same power she does where the mitochondria in your body becomes sentient and takes over your body.
Interesting.
But for some reason it's not taking over the main character's body. Which makes sense why the lead characters are all females, because mitochondria is transferred on the X chromosome.
Yes. Yep, actually that's a really valid point.
Right, so it has to be a female cast, or lead cast. Is that the little girl I saw? So I'm having visions of a little girl in a lab or something, in a hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, these Square Enix games are so cryptic like that.
I like the cryptic. I think it's kind of cool. It lets you.
It's fun. It makes you think and lets your mind wander.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you the plot straight away.
No, it's like a mental exercise.
It is. And I still don't understand what's going on. Something about mitochondria becoming sentient. I don't really understand it, but whatever.
Okay. Are you enjoying the game?
It's a great game. It's really fun.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, no. So I don't know. A lot of people are like that. You do got to test them. If they just want to fuck, that's not okay. It's okay if they have that urge, but they shouldn't let that control them to the point where they're being rude
No, and to me,
and would forego a real friendship just for sex.
right, and to me, the part I think that makes me go viscerally mad, go from zero to visceral mad, is just be honest about your intentions. Don't fucking lie. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't frame it in something else.
Right.
Fucking just call a spade a spade. That's the part that pisses me off, and you can hear my voice. I get that really gets me.
So the guy should just be like, yeah, well, I just want to get
I
pussy.
just want to get laid. I want to fuck. Are you down?
And how would you? Okay, and what would you say to that if he said that?
You know me.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. What would you say if he said that? What if he said, I just want to fuck? What would you say?
I'm sorry, I don't know you. I'm not interested in doing that with you.
Okay. That's a good response.
Dude, I don't know this fucker from Adam.
Right.
I mean, yeah, no, and I've gotten very clear, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Very clear in terms of what I am and am not okay with anymore.
Yeah.
And
Ow, fucker.
you know I'm very blunt
Yeah.
and not afraid to say what I'm thinking or feeling. And I don't know, that may be not always a good thing, but
Yeah, it's fine.
it's where I'm at.
It's a good place to start, honestly. It's better than not being blunt.
Okay.
It's better than fucking around trying to beat around the bush and then failing and then getting yourself in a bad situation. It's better to be blunt than to circumvent being blunt and then failing and getting into a bad situation, right?
That's true. That's true. That's an excellent point. I think it just makes me mad because it goes back to just goddamn, be honest about your intentions.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't fucking try to be.
I mean, for me, it's really the more pertinent problem here is that, okay, you can be sneaky about wanting to fuck a girl, but if she says no, you can't get mad at her for it. And some guys do. Some guys are like, how dare you not want to fuck me? And it's like, what?
Yes.
Like, bro, like, chill. What the hell?
Yes.
But a lot of guys are like that. A lot of them.
They are.
I hear that all the time. Women complaining about shit like that.
And you know what that tells me?
What?
On some level, I think they have some sort of self-esteem issue, some sort of ego issue, or lack thereof.
I don't know.
That's what it tells
For me, it's an entitlement where it's like very rapey. Like,
Yeah.
like you're gonna give me pussy whether whether you want to or not.
Yep.
Which is like, the fuck? What do you mean? Like, it's not. Apparently, it's not your choice. If they're getting mad at you, that's entitlement.
Yes.
Which means that they feel entitled to your pussy,
Right,
which is yours, not theirs.
So ridiculous.
It's very rapey. And I mean, yeah, men have that weird rapey, I guess. It's not totally unnatural for a man to have this kind of rapey, like, oh, she wants me. Even when she says no, it means yes. Whatever. But not when it comes to engaging in sexual activity.
Right.
When it comes to the courting process, okay.
Yes.
But not when it's come to my house
Right.
so I can fuck you.
Right.
No, I don't want to.
Under-
What do you mean you don't want to? Yeah, that's too much.
Well, worse yet, come to my house under the auspices of, let me cook you dinner,
Right. Oh, that's where you're mad because he wasn't honest.
and we watch a movie.
Right. Netflix and chill.
Yes,
Bullshit.
Exactly. And, you know, it's not my first rodeo.
Right.
So it's just like,
He definitely wanted to fuck, right?
yeah.
He would have been like, oh yeah, let's get dinner and eat at my place, and then the drinks would come out.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That's exactly correct.
And who knows, maybe he'll pull a Tim on you.
Yeah, that's going to be a new phraseology, right?
Yeah, that's a great one. Oh, fuck, I'm getting my ass kicked.
Do you have any
Die, bitch.
weapons or any kind of shit?
Ha! Dodge. No, you just gotta dodge. Yeah, that's what I like about this game. You really gotta dodge. You really have to manage your space. It's great. That's my favorite thing about this game is that where you are standing is so important, and your movement, like how well you can control your character, is so important. If you're good at controlling your character, you can like dodge in this game.
That's true.
I love that. I love that. A lot of games in this time didn't have that. A lot of games around this time, your character just stood still, and you had to select an option, and like press the switch, use the phone. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, you see these stats, these numbers?
Yeah.
That's how much damage you do. That's how much damage you take.
Okay.
Right? 5. It goes up as you get stronger.
Yep.
So bonus points. Can I change armor? Set preferences. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so old games used to have. Okay, this is an offense stat, a defense stat. They would have another one that says luck.
Okay.
This one only has a few. This one only has like 4.
Okay.
Anyway, there would be a fifth one that says luck down here.
All right.
And that would be a 5, a 6, a 7, whatever. But the higher it was, the more your character would automatically dodge attacks. This one is not automatic. This one, if you want to dodge an attack, you have to actually move in the location where you're safe from range of their damage. Right? Like, they're hitting me with a knife, so I have to walk a little bit further. They're shooting me with a gun, I have to dodge to the side to avoid the gun, right?
Okay.
So I love that about this game.
That's cool.
But yeah, so I don't know. That is one issue that I have with men nowadays for sure. You know, and this is me being conservative.
I know.
I don't ascribe to this whole feminism, toxic masculinity
I don't
shit.
either. I think it's
But there is a facet of toxic masculinity. I won't lie. And I have more tequila if we run out of that.
I have to say too, I'm a female and I fucking hate Gloria Steinem. I hate her with every bone in my body
Yeah.
because the women's lib movement is the worst thing that ever happened, in my opinion, to men, because women bought into this fucking theory that they can do it all. No, we can't. We don't want to. Well, I mean, I don't want to, but as a society and as a culture, it has become such a running, it's not even a joke, it's a running theme that all we need men for is their penis. That's all we need them, and that's not true.
Right.
That is not true. And so it pisses me off, especially in the date in which we live with, okay, you talk about toxic masculinity, emasculated men, which is what a large percentage of men have become. They're beta males.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, I go back to the 90s. I'm going to say this. I go back to the 90s with that fucking perfume, cologne by Calvin Klein, CK1. It's meant for a woman, it's meant for a man. I mean,
that was part of it for sure.
And I don't know where the other pieces came in, and I don't know why women are okay today with being alpha.
What the fuck?
In the workplace, okay, fine, you have a high-powered job, I get that. But in terms of everything else, why would you want a man to knuckle under for you? That makes no goddamn sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that wasn't what we were talking about. We were talking about this guy who has an entitlement to your pussy.
I know. I'm sorry. I segued. Sorry. Tangent. Non sequitur. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Who doesn't know me from Adam?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but that's so common nowadays. It's funny. I mean, it's funny because I consider that part of the emasculation of men. Like, men have been so infantilized to the point where they're throwing tantrums because they're not getting pussy. Which is crazy to me. So there's two aspects to this emasculation of men. One, they become beta, or two, they become so hyper alpha to cover up for their the feelings of emasculization, right? Yep. So they feel emasculated, right? And that's the problem, the fact that they even feel emasculated. Yes. See, like a real Chad like me, a true alpha like me, I don't feel emasculated at all. I don't need to cover up for anything. No, I don't need to defend. I don't need to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't need to, like what's the word where you have to, like, justify your existence or whatever? Like, I don't have to, like, explain myself to anyone.
No.
You know?
No, I mean, justification, that's a good word.
I don't have to justify any of my actions because I'm confident and I do whatever the fuck I want because I know that what I'm doing is right, because I've thought about it, because I'm a philosopher, because I care about what's right, and I will do what's right.
And you do have a sense of...
And I do listen to people when they criticize me, but I'm not willing to listen to just anybody that wants to criticize me either, because some people are just talking shit.
That's true. That's true. And they do that often because they are feeling lesser about themselves, and it helps them elevate how they feel about themselves.
Alright, you fuck. Got him.
What is that?
It's like a giant... Oof, I'm dying. It's like a giant alligator of some sort. I don't know. 30. That'll give me to 57. No, I need to use medicine. There we go.
Okay, so,
alright, we're good.
So let's go back to...
Okay. So yeah, there's two sides to it, which is interesting. Like, the emasculation of men brought upon by feminism leads to two different kinds of men. One is the beta male, who needs women to pretty much work for him. He doesn't have a job. She works. He cooks and cleans.
He's a house husband.
He cries. He's still playing video games. You know, he's like really, really emotional. Yeah, that's the one aspect of the emasculation of men.
Probably very solicitous of his woman.
You mean like controlling?
No, like, honey, what can I do for you? How can I make this better? Because you earn the money, and I have to pull my weight somehow.
Damn it. Yeah, right. Like, what can I do for you? Are you mad at me?
Yes.
Are you mad at me, baby?
Yes. And all of that comes from within him because he isn't adequate with himself. He's not good with who he is.
Right, he's not happy with him, so he wants her to be happy with him.
Yep.
So at least then somebody's happy with him.
That's right.
Because he needs to feel like he's doing the right thing. Yeah.
And I think he knows in his soul probably
that he's not doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Right. Yep. He knows that being this beta male is bad. Yep. No matter how many fucking Marvel comic superhero movies he watches that tells you, oh, men are shit and women are just as strong as men and men should shut up and women should do whatever they want. As much as he buys into that from the TV, he still knows deep down that it's wrong.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel right for a man because men are conditioned. You all have testosterone. That is the sex driver in terms of hormones. You guys are conditioned, if you're not gay, to be the hunters.
Yeah.
You know, go back to Neanderthal times. It's in your blood. It's in your DNA.
To hunt?
Yeah, and to be the alpha, to do that. And when you can't and don't, because you've either acquiesced or decided that your role is beta,
Yeah.
you're not happy. You don't feel good about you.
Yeah, I agree.
Can't.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Die, you fuck. Easy
You
mode.
need like a fucking cannon or something.
Nah, they're not sexy. See, the whole point of the game is I'm a sexy girl. There's nothing sexy about a girl with a cannon.
Well, well, okay. So how about a bow and arrow?
Yeah, I don't know. She's an NYPD police officer.
Yeah, but the bullets aren't gonna get that fucker. He's huge.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, also this is like, you know, Japanese anime style RPG.
Okay.
So, you know, like it's right. There's no way a pistol would be strong enough to take out that giant fucking thing. 100%. But that's where this is like fantastical. Even though it's taking place in modern New York.
Yes.
It still has elements of fantastic fantasy.
Yeah. Phantasmalism.
Yeah, it's still fantastic in that regard.
Fantissimo.
Miss, you are the sole survivor of this horrible ordeal, right? Even though it's taking place in modern times, as a police officer, I'm in New York, I'm at Carnegie Hall. They got cameras, they got cars, like it's modern day.
Yep.
But it's still like magic because my bullets are super strong and because, you know, I can kill this giant alligator monster in a dress and high heels.
Yep. That's crazy.
And this lady set everyone on fire and turned into a monster and burnt it.
So what kind of gun do we think she's?
She's using, I don't know, a pistol. Apparently the guns that she has are the normal or actual real guns.
Okay.
Because I was doing some research.
She needs a semi-automatic.
Yeah. I think she does. She does get one later.
Okay, good.
Nice. Thanks, Barrett. He caught it all on camera. Jim, did you get this on tape? Bless you.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so anyway, that's one aspect of it. Okay, being an emasculated, that it stems from that. It stems from emasculization. That was the goal of feminism. Even though the bullshit, because feminism was like, no, we just want equality, but that's bullshit. They wanted women to rise up, yes, but they also wanted to bring men down for the equality.
Yep, because that was the ulterior motive. In order to rise up, somebody has to come down. And it is...
Hey, get off.
It is a...
Usurpation.
Yeah, but...
I feel like equality was never the thing. I feel like feminism, the real people who started it, wanted to usurp the power that men did and take the place of men. I don't believe that equality was ever...
I don't either.
...their goal.
I don't either.
For the leaders.
No, I don't
Maybe
either.
for the laity, but not the leaders.
Well, I don't either, and I think a large part of it, honestly, was a retaliative move because of. Hold on, let me see if I can coalesce my thoughts. Resentment, hostility, for not being able to do what they wanted to do.
I think that it stems from the hippies.
I agree.
I think that hippies made men emasculated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that this whole do whatever you want, man, and this throwing away of Christian values made men lazy, and men were the leaders of that generation, so women suffered because of under bad leadership. I think that these hippie guys, since they had no control over their lives, would probably be very negative to women, probably said a lot of really fucked up shit, probably did a lot of really fucked up shit.
Probably abusive.
Probably were abusive. Yeah. And women resented that, and I think that's where feminism came from. I know it existed before that, but it didn't really take off, I don't think, in a real political sense, or even this commercialized sense. Feminism didn't take off this hard until the 60s. Until the 60s.
Yeah.
When men stepped down because they were just getting high on acid all day. And then that's when women were like, or the feminists rather, were like, this is our chance. Men are down.
Yep, we're gonna go for to the jugular while we can.
While they're down. Right. Men are just high all day.
But also think about what the fuck
so we
else
can do whatever we want. They're sleeping.
Well, think about whatever the fuck else was going on in the 60s. You've got the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
You've got flower power and all these drugs and music, and then you get women's lib, all of that. The country was in chaos. We had birth control finally, so people could fuck as they wanted to and not have to worry about having a kid.
Yeah, it's another big problem. The separation of having children from sex.
Yep.
When sex, the point of sex is, it's to procreate.
Yep.
Yeah, it's unitive. Yeah, you want to emotionally connect with somebody, but the other half of that is procreation.
Correct.
That's just as important, in my opinion, as the unitive aspect.
Yep.
Unitive. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. So anyway, my point was that all of that is to say that emasculation, in my opinion, was the true goal of feminism. I don't believe that it was based on equality. I think that's just what the lay person in feminism says to justify it, and what the leadership did as a red herring to prevent criticism of their true ulterior motives, which were usurpation of the power of men, which is impossible ultimately. But anyway, emasculization is a process under which they try to usurp power from men. Men are dealing with emasculization. Some are, not me. And there's two ways that I've seen men deal with being emasculated. One is becoming fully beta, fully subservient to their woman.
Yep.
Two,
So unappealing, so unattractive.
two is the second way that I've noticed men dealing with emasculization is they become ultra alpha to compensate,
Or overcompensate.
to overcompensate for the emasculization that they feel,
Yes.
and might even be subconsciously that they feel this. They might not even realize that they're emasculated or feeling emasculated.
No, but they're feeling less than, and they don't know how to fix it, and there's something off, and they probably can't put their finger on it.
They're insecure and they can't tell what's making them insecure.
Exactly.
Or they don't even know that they're insecure. So they act all hyper masculine.
Yep.
And that's where this rapey shit, that's that guy who was like mad at you for not fucking him. That's where that comes from. That's the other side of the. So he is emasculated.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like it because he's hyper masculine.
Correct.
He's hyper alpha.
Correct.
He's overcompensating.
Correct.
So it hides the fact
masks.
that he's emasculated.
It masks the fact that he's emasculated.
He's emasculated, but he's like, no, I'm not. I'm a freaking alpha male. When like a real alpha is like, whatever, you don't want to fuck me, I'll just find someone else to fuck me.
That's right.
I'm a desired man,
That's
right?
And or they play this, it's not a game, but they play this role of, you'll come to me.
Yeah, or you'll come, yeah. Yeah, because it's not even like, oh, I'll just fuck any bitch I want. Yeah, it's also like, yeah, I'll just work on it some more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you know, you're so confident to the point where it's like, or that's the thing about being masculine, is it's so complex. It isn't just about being strong.
No.
It's about being morally just. It's about being, you know, fair. It's about being, what's the word? Justice is the word. Some synonym of justice.
So
Justice is important to masculinity.
Equitable? Equitable?
Not
Would you
necessarily. I would say just, fair,
Okay.
fairness.
Okay.
You know, helping the right person, punishing the right person, right?
Okay.
The difference, knowing the difference between right and wrong is part of masculine,
Absolutely.
being masculine, and then doing something about it. So, even if you wanted to fuck a girl and she said no, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy got mad,
Yep.
and that's this hyper masculinity, right?
Yep.
Whereas like a true masculine guy who was not insecure would be like, yeah, it's totally her right to deny me.
Yep.
That's fair.
And to shoot me down and to tell me no.
Right. Yeah. Like you can take that. You can take that. Like, ooh, that hurts. But you know what? I'm a man. I'm a get up. Right.
Yep.
That hurt. She knocked me down, man. She
Yep.
really knocked me down.
Yep.
But like a man should be able to take it on the chin, right?
I
She
agree.
fucking got me good, bro. Good hit. You hit me really good. I respect that.
I do too.
I don't respect this. Oh, what? You hit me? You can't do that. You can't deny that.
Go to Exhibit A that you delineated.
Yeah,
That's somebody who has humility.
exactly. Which is, in my opinion, part of what Jesus taught us
That's
is
right.
masculine.
I'm going to get the other thing.
Well, we can still add another if you want to fill yours
no,
up.
No, I'm talking about you.
No, I'm good here. We still have enough for one more drink.
Well,
All right, keep going.
you should have it. The humility piece is huge because it is, at the end of the day, what helps us realize. I mean, and everybody's shit stinks, but our shit stinks. We're not perfect. We still have room to improve and work on stuff and do better.
Yeah.
And that's the part where I get it. And I don't think it's twisted, but I get it really messed up in terms of the emotional piece because most people today aren't capable, aren't willing, aren't interested in working on themselves. They're okay with doing the wrong thing and having their life being chaos when it doesn't have to be.
Right. People have lost the sensibility of right and wrong.
Yeah.
Of justice, right? People just think whatever I want to do is I'm just going to do that.
Yep.
Where no, you should care about what other people think. You should care about what is objective, moral, good,
Yeah.
and you should try to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But people don't care about that anymore.
No, and I don't understand that. Where and when did that happen?
I literally blame feminism,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, a man, who told you that? A man? Oh, the patriarchy told you to do that? Right? Oh, yeah, what? You have to, like, be a good person? You have to be a nice woman? Who told you that? A man? It's like, no, just being a nice person is a good thing for women or men.
Absolutely.
You know? I mean, I really, in my opinion, I'm pretty staunchly against feminism, as you can see. But maybe it didn't start at feminism. Maybe there's a precursor to it. But I think that feminism was definitely a facilitator of this idea of, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Right? I mean, ultimately, it comes from Satan. Ultimately. Right? Because Jesus created Lucifer to be the best angel. And he was like, no, I'm going to do whatever I want. Right? So ultimately, it comes from there.
Yep.
But I'm talking about modern times. That was like thousands or hundreds of thousands of years ago, or maybe even, I don't know.
But the theory and the theme still exist today.
Of I don't care what's right, I don't care, I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Yeah, because it feels good.
Ultimately, it comes from Satan, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go with we threw away our Christian values in the 60s because the fucking boomers were all about hippie bullshit. And didn't want to be Christians anymore.
And drugs and free love.
And Buddhist bullshit and all this Hare Krishna,
And
Hindu shit.
And we had birth control so people could fuck and not have to worry about getting pregnant.
That's what I'm going to go with. Even before feminism, in modern times, I'm going to say the boomers fucked it up. They're the ones who became this hedonistic cult, generation. They were a whole generation of hedonists.
Yeah.
Free love.
Yeah.
That's hedonism. And that eventually led to, I'm just going to do whatever I want, right? Because I can fuck anyone I want. I don't have to have kids. I can just have sex, and there's no consequences because it used to be consequences for your actions.
That's true.
But, when you don't have kids from having sex, now there's no consequences for sex.
That's right. And go a step further. I mean, geez, I don't know how many decades? 70, 80, 90, 2000, 4 decades later?
Yeah, what about it?
Kids' parents are their best friends. What the fuck happened?
Kids' parents are their best friends.
They're the best friends.
Yeah. I mean, that's a different subject, but yes.
But to me, and maybe it's my thinking, it's on the same continuum.
Yeah, but that would require a whole different dissection of
I know, we don't have to
particulars.
do it. We don't have to do it, but I'm just saying, that's where my brain goes. Non sequitur, sorry, can't help it.
Yeah. So, where people are like, people nowadays don't really care about right and wrong anymore.
No.
They just care about what they want to do. And I think that's very atheistic because without God, you don't have an objective morality. Right. God is, in the Bible it says don't kill, don't steal, right? Like these moral rules, I think, are given to us in a spiritual way, not so much in a logical way, because you can logic yourself into saying abortion is cool. You can kill a fetus, but that is murder. And it doesn't matter how smart or intelligent you are. If you're not spiritual, if you're not religious, you won't understand that. You're just going to fucking abort babies all the time and not realize that it's wrong.
Right.
It doesn't matter how smart you are. You can still believe that bullshit. So I think humans have lost their Christian ways because that's the thing. I want to say spiritual. I want to say humans have lost their spiritual ways, but that's not true because the 60s revolution was very spiritual.
Yes, in a variety of ways.
But kind of, because having all this sex, free love, that's not spiritual. That's carnal. That's not spiritual at all. But they tried to say that it was spiritual. So you know what? Yeah, I will say that we've become less spiritual as a society.
Yeah,
we've given up. We've become so obsessed with science and intelligence.
Yep.
We worship smart people, which is why I mean I'm smart, but I don't pay any attention to my intelligence because I think my spirituality is more important. I think my faith is more important. That's what I care about. And I think people have lost faith in God, so they don't care about what's right and what's wrong anymore.
Well, I think they've lost faith in it because it would dictate or mandate that they live their lives differently, and they're not interested or willing to do it.
Willing to do what?
Live their lives differently. Because
Differently from what? Like, what do you mean? From not wanting to do what they want?
Hedonism to...
Deny themselves, you mean?
Yes, I'm going to church and the Bible
doing things they don't want to
says
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's hard, it's painful, it hurts, and it's a big transition. Most people have a hard time with change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, right? It is hard to subscribe to the Christian religion.
Yep.
Because you have to go to church every Sunday, right? You have to read the Bible, which is a big-ass book, and it's not easy to read.
No, and it doesn't make any sense because it's written, if you read the King James Version, it's written in a way that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So all that's too hard, and, right, people don't really care.
No. And...
Because if that's the technology thing and people's short attention span.
Well, and if they
and what?
If they were willing to go down that path and do it and follow biblical teachings,
Mm-hmm.
they'd have to completely 180 their life.
Right, they'd have to give up things that they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good. It's good to deny yourself.
It is.
Because it'll kill the freaking entitlement.
That's true.
Anyway, you were saying?
But it's a hard road for a lot of people. They're not willing to do that because, let's go back to hedonism. It's too hard. It's easier to do what they're currently doing because it feels good.
Mm-hmm. Leave item. Select here. Take this medicine. And this. And this. Yeah, 100% I do agree with that. Yeah. So now we can move on to the subject we were talking about where kids are friends with their parents.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I think that's doesn't make any it doesn't make sense, period. It's not even, in my opinion, a spiritual thing at all.
No.
I think you can explain that in a logical sense.
I agree.
Kids are born knowing nothing. They have zero, right? So what? The role of a parent is to fill in that gap of knowledge that they don't have.
And teach.
The emptiness, right, to teach, exactly.
Guide.
Yeah, you have to teach your kid how to do things because they don't know how to do things on their own, right? That's what a parent's role is. This is what you need to learn. These are the good things, but because there's bad things that they can learn.
That's right.
So as a parent, you have to be like, this is good, learn this good thing. That's bad, don't do that bad thing, right? But as a friend, you can't enforce that. You can only enforce that if you have authority, and that's why a parent should be above the child to have that authority to, tell them not to do something bad. Yep. Don't do that because it's bad. Yep. A friend can't do that. A friend can be like, don't date that girl. She's a bitch. Be like, fuck you. I'm going to do whatever I want.
Exactly. Because there's not that power. It's basically a power dynamic.
It has to be a power dynamic. You
and
have to have that.
Let's go back to the friend that we had in common who allowed their child to attend adult things not appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not okay.
What's not okay?
For allowing a 6, 7, 8-year-old kid to go to adult events and consider them your best friend or your inseparable.
The problem is that the definition of adult event in America is different than South America and other countries.
It is.
In America, everything's an adult event. Kids are never allowed to anything and to go anywhere, and I think that's bullshit. I think Americans are so anti-kid, and it's retarded.
So hold on. I'm not sure I understand or follow. Give me an example, because there are plenty of kids events.
Like, you just have a house party. No kids at the house party. It's like, the fuck? What do you mean? If you're at a kink event or something, yeah, no kids. I get it. Okay, there's going to be adult things here.
Okay.
Right? There's going to be, like, you know, if there's, like, naked people around, yeah, don't have your kids there.
An untouched.
A strip club, obviously, don't have your kids there.
Right.
But at a house party, like, people just throw house parties.
So at the
And they'll be like, no kids allowed.
So at the house party, maybe it's a thing where
Bro?
there's food on the stove. Maybe it's a house party where it's an adult themed thing where they want to only talk to adults and they don't want to have to.
That's the thing. They want to only talk to adults. That's what I mean. Well, we were talking about this earlier, where, like, being a Christian is hard because you have to give up things that you want, right? So these people want to have only adult party. They don't want to deal with kids. That's hard. But it's like, too bad. You're a fucking adult, dude. Guess what? You got to do things you don't want to do sometimes.
Well, and it's true, but if you don't have kids and you're not in that.
It takes a village. Once you hit a certain age, you have to contend with children.
Well, exactly. But if you're going to be drinking and swearing and doing all the kind of things that you shouldn't do around kids, that part's not appropriate.
Yeah, but the kid's going to be exposed to it eventually. You don't think, like, in middle school, kids are talking about sex and drugs and shit?
Dude,
or something they saw on TV.
I was talking about that shit and swearing at first grade.
They have to know about this kind of stuff, you know? And
But where's the line between protecting them and preserving their innocence and inviting them into the circle?
Being there with them during that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom wouldn't know.
She what?
Would not?
Sheltered, man. Like, I couldn't hang out with people because their mom smoked weed.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Is that bad? Oh, you can't leave the backyard because you'll get kidnapped.
Okay, so it was about that bad for me. Every time I got invited to a boy-girl party, my mother had to call the mother who was hosting the party to make, and this is my mother's terms, and it's dating her. She would ask, is there going to be any heavy petting? AKA, making out, fooling around, blah, blah, blah. She would do that, and it was mortifying. But, I mean, that's the home in which I was raised. She wanted to make sure I was safe.
Yeah. But to your point where you were saying where there's no divide for parents, where parents, no, we're friends. I'm friends with my kid. You have to be friends with your kid. That's fucking bullshit, because then you can't teach them right and wrong. You can't tell them stop doing that bad thing because you don't have the authority of a parent. You're friends.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're friends. Okay, well, they're not going to listen to you then when you tell them stop.
Exactly.
It's getting bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the instructors, people like teachers and instructors, any any extracurricular activities like dance classes, anything like that. Like the instructors are like saying like the kids do not listen to any authority whatsoever.
Right, because their parents don't teach it to them.
Yeah.
Because their parents are
They
friends.
said Gen Alpha has been the worst.
Gen
ever.
what?
Gen Alpha, which is the new.
Oh, my Alpha?
Yeah.
Alpha?
Is that Zella's generation?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cool. Yeah, what is it? Zoomers, I guess, Gen Z. They're having kids now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all being raised on iPads too, and not disciplined at all.
So it's the new generation
now. They're
now.
going into classes and they're not listening to teachers at all. Like no authority. They're not listening to any authority.
There's no authority, no discipline, no respect, no nothing. Everybody's running amok.
Yeah, a lot of these teachers saying this is the worst they've ever seen it.
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising at all to me, personally. I mean, I saw that shit coming a long time ago. A tool, which gone for my M16.
But I have to ask this and say
Ad
this because
swap.
of the future of our country, the future for us, because we won't be in control. These motherfuckers will be.
Which is a new conspiracy
them?
now.
No, they won't.
They're rigging the Chiefs game because of Taylor Swift.
What?
Yeah, because she's like in the political scene now, so she endorses, certain people, Biden. So, yeah, that's the new conspiracy. They've been rigging the Chiefs games because one of the Chiefs players is dating Taylor Swift.
Possible.
God, holy fucking Jesus.
Tool. All right, what does this do? I can't tune up your weapon without a permit. I can't use the tool item?
You
Really?
want tequila or are you good?
Yeah, we can do the tequila.
Okay. Can I
thought I
ask a
could use
question? Can you mute it for like a half a second?
All right, hold on.
Dude, I had to ask.
You work everything out, you know. You can't skip leg day. You can't skip, you know, cock day.
I don't need that. I mean, I could handle you just fine without a penis pump. I'm just saying.
You have to work everything out,
All
dude.
right, tell me the tequila. Do you want me to get anything else?
Cock is a muscle, right?
Yeah, it is. It totally is. It's probably the most important muscle.
It's a fucking muscle.
Yeah. Do you need anything else? Just the booze.
Yeah, I mean, I got this.
What do
Maybe
you-
get another one of these.
Okay, another seltzer.
No, it's so bad with the tequila. I've tried mixing the seltzer with tequila and it tastes like shit.
You just want this.
No, get the apple juice. There's apple juice with it.
In the,
No, coconut water. Coconut water and tequila.
okay, so you want the reposado and the
Coconut water.
Okay. Orion, there's food on the stove. It's pasta with chicken, sausage, some vegetables. Help yourself.
Moves equipped parameter or effect. Interesting. Ooh, excuse me. Alright. I think I'm good to go. I need my ammo. I need my guns. I need my melee. I don't really need my melee. I guess I might if I run out of bullets. We'll hold on to it. Man, this is such a good game. Yeah, this is one of those games where I feel like a remake of it would not be super good. I don't know, man. This is one of those games where I don't want them to make a remake. Cuz it's kind of perfect. This game is perfect, dude. It's a good game. Okay. Hey, doggies. Weapons department? Yeah, let me get in there, bro.
Separation between church and state.
But what I think is a good conversation is that dynamic between
Between what?
being parents and having that authority and also bringing your kid everywhere with you.
And I have a real fucking issue with that because of how I was raised.
Right.
No, I totally agree. The part about
Yeah, we got another chair.
parents being.
No, the coconut water. That's okay, though.
Oh, damn it.
Anyways. Yeah. I mean, I feel like there was a good conversation there. What were you talking about?
Well, because the parents don't delineate between being a parent and being the kid's best friend.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
And being the parent, in my opinion, is paramount. If you can't
Yeah, that comes
provide
first.
discipline, structure, guidance for your kid, no matter how old they are, up until they're 18.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's paramount. Even you don't have to be your kid's friend
No, I don't. I actually
at all.
No, I think you need to be the parent first and provide the discipline
Yeah, some parents can pull it off. Some.
That's great.
Not all of them.
No, I don't think they're strong enough.
Some parents can pull it off, and I think if they can, that's cool. But I don't think all parents can pull off the be friends and parents. That's like a really hard balance to hit. Stupid thing. I can't open any of these blockers. Whatever. I don't think they open. The hit detection is so weird on these. You have to like hit them right at the handle, the door handle. Nah, fuck it. Alright, now I gotta talk to the police chief. There's a really old Square Enix game. 1997. It's fucking great though. It's like a bullet hell game mixed with... Yeah, it's a good ass game. It's like bullet hell mixed with Squaresoft or Square Enix, like mind fuckery. And but also it's like a horror game. It's so good.
Chiori's going to be a 5-star character.
Is that the bird?
No, she's the girl in that event, the movie event, the fashion designer.
In Genshin?
Yeah.
Are y'all
Nice.
still playing Genshin?
Yeah.
Really? How
Yeah.
many fucking games do you play at one time?
Just Genshin.
Yeah. It's a good game.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that would go good with tequila.
Try it.
Well, I'm doing this still. But yeah, I think... Well, I know coconut and tequila go well together.
Well,
I mean,
they
that's...
should, because if you go to like tropical places, that's what they have. But back to the kids and the parents thing, I don't know. I just have a really hard time with all of that because it doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem right, and it seems kind of fucked up, honestly, that you're best friends with your mom, and y'all are going to the bars, and you're not old enough to drink. And or I have a client. I had a client, not currently, had a client like this.
What they card the kid?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe she had a fake ID. But she was in a, I would say for a 15-year-old, a long-term committed relationship with her boyfriend. She was a cheerleader. He was a quarterback on the football team. So cliche. But started having sex with each other. And mom's like, that's cool. I want you to do it in my house.
The fuck?
That's messed up. And I had to talk to the mom about it. I'm like, why is that okay? What makes that okay?
That's weird unless, like, they're getting married and they're going to have
Right.
kids and they're going to start a family
Yeah,
and
there
all
was
that
none of
shit, you know?
No. And the mom's rationale when he
She's
was...
15.
Yeah, 15, fucking 15.
Too young.
Yeah, it's too
Absolutely.
young.
Absolutely. And it incensed me, but as a therapist, I had to be able to roll with it and help them navigate it. But mom's theory was I'd rather have her having sex in my house and have him sleep over than not know where she is and what she's doing.
Was she at least, like, giving her the talk and educating her on,
Well, she did. She did. And here's the bad part. Can I say this on stream? I don't know. My client, the kid, the 15-year-old, I don't know, can I say this?
As long as you don't name names, you're fine.
Okay. Couldn't say blowjob. Couldn't articulate that. And so when it came to her saying, yeah, I give my boyfriend, his name, a blowjob, her mom's in the session and she couldn't say blowjob and her mother substituted oral sex. So to me, if you can't say it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like when it comes to that particular situation, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're having kids, like if my daughter, right, wanted to do that, I'd be like, all right, but is this the guy you want to marry and have kids with?
Yeah. Do you see a future?
AKA yes or no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a lot of them are going to say just go with yes because they're like, emotions first, logic life later.
Yep.
Okay, well then if it's yes, that opens up the conversation further. Okay, does he have job prospects, right? What are his parents like? What is his upbringing like? Are his parents drug dealers, right? Where is he going? Does he have ideas of his college, where he's going to go for college?
Right.
What does he want to be when he grows up?
Right.
Does he have a job?
Yeah.
You can have a job at 15. I did.
I did too.
So,
Absolutely.
like that opens up the conversation to all these other things,
But for some reason, and I don't know what it is and where it came from, these parents don't feel that's necessary. They're happy to support their kids financially and let them fuck, whatever, without having responsibility for their
I
actions.
say like 2/3 of Gen Z still live with their parents.
Yeah.
What decade is Gen Z?
So
79?
Can look it up. It gets murky.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
basically
asking.
my age and younger. So 1997 to like
11 to 26 years old.
Okay, so
1997 to 2012. So yeah, when this game
that's
came,
all Gen Z or Gen Z Gen Z adults. That's statistics. So
yeah, so Gen Z is between 11 and 26
okay.
years old right now. But so yeah, they're having kids already, right? 26 years old. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
And so I guess the next one after them is Alpha.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? I didn't know there was anything after that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They succeeded Generation Z. Interesting.
so-
Okay,
So basically, we're starting back over.
that's Zella.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that
Yep.
they return to tradition.
So
We'll
here's my
see.
question. So with you having a daughter, and you finding family values and morals and trying to do the right thing important, how do you help her as your kid navigate through navigate through this morass of bullshit where it's what it is? I'm sorry, I'm gonna call it spade.
No, it is bullshit. There's so
Where-
much subversive bullshit in
yes,
the world.
where there is no
In the
clear-
education system, in music, and movies, even in adults.
where
And
there's no clear delineation in what you should do, and you're pulled in 50 million directions because of peer pressure.
that's all worldly stuff. I mean, just teach her God. Just teach her religion, and that'll guide you. Yeah, in the world, right, everything's subversive. They try to trick you into being gay. They try to
Public school has a lot of influence too. Peers.
But luckily, North Carolina has good schools, I think. At least Wake County does.
Better than some.
Yeah.
Better than other places. It's not perfect. It's not Cali. It's not fucking California. Where they literally, like, you'll get in trouble for... What was that one teacher who, like, got mad at the Muslim kid for, like, not showing up for gay day or something?
Yeah.
Did you see
Oh,
that?
I don't know that one.
And she was like, how dare you not show up for gay day?
Pride Day.
Oh, Pride Day. I like gay day better. Gay
It rhymes. That's why.
It's fucking gay day.
There's a symmetry with the way.
So anyway, to answer your question is just teach her God, right? Because that's pretty black and white for the important parts of the Bible are like pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Sure, there's parts in the Bible that's like, what? What do you mean there's like, angels carrying incense up to the heavens and all this shit? Like it's weird. Some parts of it get weird, but like don't kill, don't steal, like all this shit. Don't lie. Like all that shit's pretty basic.
Go with the first 10 commandments.
Yeah, exactly. Like the important stuff is like obvious.
Yeah.
So just teach the important shit to your kid. And in my opinion, I think that's what the world needs. That's what, that'll prevent all this subversive bullshit.
Not going back to the 60s or 70s where I'd like to buy the world Coke.
What?
You don't know that? Let's Google it. I think it's important.
Google what?
I'd like to buy the world a Coke.
Oh, is that like a commercial?
Yeah, in the late 60s, early 70s.
It was like a song
Yeah.
with like Michael Jackson or something?
Yeah, kind of like We Are the World.
Yeah. What about it though?
I mean, I think you should pull it up to see what it is.
What does that have to do with the conversation?
Because it's the lack of morality, it's lack of values, it's where stuff with the 60s started to de-escalate.
It started to de-escalate what?
The fucking family unit.
Okay. So Coca-Cola fucked up the family unit.
Yeah. I mean, I think they were partly to blame. It's like all we need is a Coke. Everybody has a Coke, and we're all good. And they didn't mean cocaine; they meant a Coca-Cola.
Right.
The original recipe used to use cookies.
They did. I know. Yep.
Right, this materialism, right. And of course it's all these fucking boomers.
Yep.
They're on board with the whole diversity anti-white stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, of course, this this materialism, right?
Yeah.
Where you just buy something and you're happy now.
Yep.
They're teaching their diversity training was how to be less white. One of the presentations.
It's this dumbing down of spirituality, like
Yeah.
it's like they'll what's the word when appropriate, right? They'll appropriate some Indian guy
Yes.
into your commercial, so it's like, oh, it's spiritual, right? Because it's like Hindu, right? It's like Buddhist, right? It's like, no, you just put an Indian guy in your commercial.
Right.
That doesn't mean you're spiritual.
No.
So but that's what people get from it. People feel like they're spiritual now.
Absolutely.
Right? So it like replaces in your heart, it replaces the space for Christianity, for religion, right? And you replace it with instead commercial products that you can buy at a store.
That's true.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, in my opinion, the problems that we have today are because of the fucking boomers. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I blame the boomers. They were fucking hedonists. They didn't care about anything.
And the feminists.
Yeah.
But they created, in my opinion, they created feminism, right?
I
Because
agree.
this was the 60s, and like when did feminism take off this hard? In my opinion, like 80s. But it like started building up in the 60s, and then it hit its crescendo in like the 80s, 90s. That's when you see all these movies, all these pro-feminist movies in the 90s, where they're just like overt, like fuck men about. And then by the time the 90s came around, they were just like overtly like fuck men
Basically.
without hiding it anymore. But at least like in the 60s, 70s, they were still like, no, we're trads, we're traditional, no, we're nice, we're still good girls. But they weren't, and really like the leadership was like fuck men.
Your opinion. Why do you think they did that?
Did what?
Fuck men.
Because
Let's do our own thing.
it's pride. It's
Right.
envy, cock envy is definitely a big part of it. Instead of just being like, let men have things, they were like, I want everything they want or they have. It.
So messed up.
I think it's I can do better, right? It's pride. It's look at this world that we have, this great world, this great nation, America. What the cold maybe the war has something to do with it. Like look at this Vietnamese war that men started, right? Not understanding that communism is horrible and is an error that should be corrected. We can do better than men. They're fucking idiots, right?
So that's superiority.
Yeah. Which, it's fine if you have criticisms, that's fine, but then you should present your own solution to the problem. But they didn't do that. They went through the back door, and they just kind of subversively emasculated men via commercials, via withholding sex, via all this shit, just so that they can put themselves in position of power,
Yep.
so that they could lead wars and shit. Instead of just going straight into, these are my opinions on war.
Exactly.
Which is what they should have done, in my opinion.
But the caveat is they put themselves in a place where they couldn't follow through with actions. They weren't able to create a plan or help the family unit or help their men move things forward. Instead, what they did was emasculate the males, so the males withdrew. Because it's like, fuck, I can't do anything, so I guess I'm going to do nothing, leaving them in charge.
Do nothing? What do you mean by do nothing?
You've made me feel like a piece of crap because I used to be a male. Her, he-man, testosterone, whatever. You've told me I can't do that, and you have beat me down and berated me so much.
Who's beating who down and
The
who's
women.
saying this?
The women are beating the men down.
And so the men are saying what? Or feeling what?
I can't do this. You do it. You take the reins.
Yeah, that's where we are now.
And
100%.
that's so fucked up.
That's what the beta male is, right?
Because women, even though they think they know, what needs to happen? Their hemispheres connect in their brain. They've got logical and emotional talking to each other. Plus, they've got a monthly cycle, which fucks everything up.
Exactly. That's a big reason why women can't lead as well as men, because they have periods. Sorry, that's just
But
nature.
it's not the periods. It's not the periods that cause the problem. It's the hormones that lead to having the periods that cause the problem. It's the progesterone and the estrogen.
Some women are immobile. They can't fucking move on their periods, you know? They can't leave the fucking house. It just depends on the woman.
Okay, well, that's messed up. But it does create a rift in your hormones, so you can't think logically. And sometimes you are fucking psycho.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's why women can't lead, unfortunately. I mean, that sucks. Don't get me wrong. I get that sucks. But it's a natural thing that most women do, 90%, 95%.
Until they go through menopause.
Yeah, of age. 90% of age women do.
Correct.
And because of that, you're unable to really take on full-time leadership positions.
Can't be objective. There's no way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is.
And I'm not slamming women.
And I'm not saying-
as a female that happened.
That doesn't make women less than men at all by any standard. But it just means that their roles are different. They have this thing to deal with, and that sucks. But I think that's another thing. I think with the feminist movement, they hate their periods. I think feminists hate having periods, and I think that's the only reason why they've accepted. Some feminists have accepted the trans movement, because now there can be women without periods. They're actually men who identify as women.
That's a whole fucking nother.
So then these feminists, this sect of feminists, prideless,
You
absolutely.
hear them complaining about how there's no tampons in the men's restrooms?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they literally whine and complain that there's no tampons in the men's restroom.
Do they actually have a vagina to put it in?
I guess the trans men do.
Right, they're a woman with a trans, but they identify as men.
But do they actually bleed?
I don't know. They probably bleed less from the testosterone, but they probably still have periods technically.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
That's kind of fucked.
So I think that's the only reason why I would say
Oh shit.
I think a majority of feminists accept trans people. I've only met like
Until it comes to women's sports, and then it's a whole other.
even then they just kind of blah 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 and ignore the situation. Cause like what Riley Gaines, is that her name?
Uh-huh.
She is like I think in the minority of women. Well, I don't know if Riley Gaines is even a feminist.
Is she truly a woman?
I don't think she's a real woman.
Okay.
She's not a feminist though.
Okay.
No, she just is against. The
She's just a regular person.
Okay.
I'm saying among feminists, not women. Women are not feminists. They're different things, okay?
No, true.
Even men can be fucking feminists, okay?
It's true.
Women are fine. Women are good. Most women are still normal. I don't think most women are even feminists. But anyway,
I'm not.
but among feminists,
Yes.
most of them are down with the trans gay shit. But then there's like a small subsect, like the Harry Potter's author. What's her name?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. She's a feminist, but she's really anti-trans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She had a lot of drama.
And they call them TERFs. TERF.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like a subsect within feminism
Okay.
that's anti-trans.
Okay.
Right. And I think that's makes sense because, right, if you can just identify yourself into a woman, then womanhood means nothing.
That's
If
right.
anybody can just be a woman, then it doesn't mean anything.
That's right.
Right. So you have nothing. You're not defending. There's nothing worth defending here.
No.
But-
Absolutely.
But because leftist positions cannibalize each other, most feminists are down with the trans thing, right? So they feel pride because they hate their periods. When a man identifies as a woman, now they're like, see, some women don't have periods.
Speaking of the cannibals. Oh boy, so you know about the left wing, about the Palestine protesters?
Yeah. Wait, in America or in Israel?
America, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they're like protesting and stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Nancy Pelosi just pulled the Russia card on them.
Oh.
She came out and said they're connected to Russia,
Oh my.
and they are
fucking God.
mad. Yes. So
Oh, I
there's,
can imagine.
there's a whole lot of infighting in the Democrat Party right now because of that. She said it needs to be investigated by the FBI
So people are protesting Israel's invasion of Palestine.
because they want a ceasefire, and then Democrats are like, "Oh, that's Putin's message." Because Putin wants a ceasefire, so they must be connected. They must be connected to Russia.
Putin wants a ceasefire in Palestine and Israel. Okay,
Wow.
that's interesting. I wouldn't think those two conflicts would have any connection.
There is, because if it escalates, then Russia will get dragged into the Middle East war as well. They back Iran.
Mm.
Or allies. If Iran gets thrown into the war, then Russia will have to step in.
And that could be a whole fucking shit show.
Yep.
I thought Iran was pro-Israel.
No.
They're not.
Iran funds a lot of the militias that and terrorist groups that like to attack Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So people were protesting, stop invading Palestine, and then who? Nancy Pelosi? Who?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
She said, "You protesters trying to protect Palestine are Russians."
Propaganda, basically.
Basically,
And they
yeah.
need to be investigated by the FBI.
That's funny. That doesn't make any sense at
That's literally
all.
what they did to Trump.
That's so fucked.
So now they're doing it to their own constituents because they're not on board with Israel, supporting Israel.
Wow.
Yeah, I really hate how they use politics card to silence free speech. Like, yeah, you have the right to complain about things you disagree with.
They're allowed to protest against the right, but they're not allowed to protest against the left.
All
That's
right.
basically what
That is so fucked.
Yeah.
Or they'll use subversive means to silence you, like canceling you or getting you fired or putting your address on the internet.
Left-wing violence, you see it all the time, but no one says anything about it. But as soon as, it starts happening on left-wing issues, then they're like, oh, we got to get the FBI involved.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of a debate, instead of having a real conversation,
about it. Yep.
they just want to silence you without talking at all because they know their side is wrong. They know they can't debate.
That's right.
So they just want to silence you by getting you in trouble in other ways.
Or we go back to the philosophy and the mantra that my former friend, I don't know about you guys, but it was always something that devolved into an argument, not being able to debate the facts. You just hate people. No. No.
You're a bigot.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, right. You're a racist. You're this. You're that.
No. I have an
Personal
opinion.
insults.
Yeah, you're some kind of ist, right? Ad hominem.
Absolutely. I'm backing it up with facts. You can't do it, so you start calling me fucking names. That's ridiculous.
That's where it starts, right? Because they can't debate you, so they just start calling you names, right? That's what the basic leftist does.
It's a premise.
But then the leftists in politics, they get you in trouble.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
They find some dirt on you and try to expose you. Or even if there's no dirt, they just slander you for some
Yes.
bullshit.
Or they go to the extreme of trying to make up
They make shit up
dirt
about you.
to fuck you up.
Right.
So messed up.
Right. They'll just call you some fucking random ist.
Yep.
You know?
And that's what they did to Trump. They called him a racist, even though he's cool with all the rappers and black people. So it's like
He hasn't done anything.
he hasn't done a single racist thing.
No.
He hasn't done anything racist.
But because he ran for president, now he's racist.
Yep.
Well, they can't debate him, so they have to
Right.
silence him somehow.
Exactly.
Right.
They gotta brainwash their viewers.
Literally just call him names.
Yeah.
And that's the funny part. Not funny ha-ha, but funny ironic. Go back to political science. I mean, freshman year of college. You look at the two different platforms. For the most part, by and large, stereotypically speaking, the folks who vote Democratic are women, impoverished,
Mm-hmm.
on the public dole, minorities.
Feminists are?
No.
Mostly minorities? Or what? Liberals?
Liberals.
Okay, liberals.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the folks who tend to vote more towards the right are folks who have jobs, entrepreneurial, have farmland,
Yeah,
have assets.
for sure.
And it's just, I don't know,
Makes sense to me. Yeah.
yes, basically, yeah. And it's, in my opinion, it's not that fucking goddamn hard to hold down a job.
No, it's not. And I think that leans a lot into how leftism is so pro-socialism and communism. Because in socialism and communism, you just get free money.
Yep.
You don't really have to work.
Nope, you don't have to pay it back either.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to maintain the status to which they've told you have to align yourself.
But it makes sense that poor or minority people would be more leftist. That makes sense because the philosophy of the left is right, like social programs, free money, free education, all this shit. So you don't have to pay for it.
Here's my perspective, because I was on some of that stuff at one point in my life. Not because I wanted to, because the cost of medical care was too
Right, there's a place for it in this world. Right, there's a place for some leftist policies, but
here's my thing.
On the side, peripherally.
Why would someone want to lower their values, lower their self-esteem, lower their self-worth, to be able to receive those things when they could do more and better if they chose to get out there and hustle?
Yeah, I agree that it's laziness. I agree that it's the specific answer to that question. I would say socialism and laziness, where it becomes like intellectual. So they're lazy. That's where it starts. They're fucking lazy. That's where it starts. But then when people call them lazy, okay, they justify it with socialism, Karl Marx, communism. Oh, it's not fair. Oh, even if I worked, I wouldn't be making as much money as I deserve. Yeah. Oh, even if I worked, it's rigged, and the corporations are going to take advantage of me if I work.
It's woe is me, poor me.
It's excuse after excuse after excuse to justify the underlying idea of they're fucking lazy.
Yep.
That's not to say that there is a gap between the have and the have-nots, but it's not insurmountable. It's more difficult, and you have to work more.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
You gotta fucking do it, though. You have to fucking do it. Yeah.
And it starts with putting one foot in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I come from the perspective, and I'm not like most people, I know that, it's not that fucking hard. You have to want it, and maybe that's the hard part for a lot of people. They don't want it. They just want to be handed shit.
I don't know. You have to start young, and you have to work hard. So yeah, no, I mean, it is hard. I don't know. It is hard. For me, it's been fucking hard. I mean, yeah, I was fucking poor as shit growing up.
I know, but
it's been so hard.
But look at you now, and look since we.
But it was hard.
I know. Well,
fucking hard.
I know. The emotional shit's hard for me.
Yeah, it was really hard. But that doesn't mean just give up and don't do it.
No, but so here's the thing for you, because you did work hard and you have worked hard. From where you were to where you are now, where would you rather be?
Yeah, I'd rather have put in that work when I was young.
There you go.
But that's not what they teach you, right? They teach you, oh yeah, blame Whitey.
Blame the man. That's right.
But it makes sense that leftists are mostly poorer, right?
Yeah.
Because of how integrated leftism is with socialism and communism.
That's true.
I think.
Mine's probably gonna pull out the reparations cards.
Right.
Oh.
He already forgave a bunch of debts unconstitutional. So.
And
He's trying to buy.
So we're going back to the Civil War, really?
He's been buying those things.
Well,
Our money.
Well, there's a lot of sales tactics involved. Like, when leftists or Democrats go out to get votes, they just promise free shit. Vote for me, I'll give you free shit.
Yep.
And they parasitically,
Yep.
they sell that to poor people.
Yep.
And that's how they get poor people to vote for them, by feeding them lies.
Well, and because the poor people don't have, this is going to sound bad, the brain power, the tools, the skills to be able to process through and think for themselves, they believe what they hear. Chapter, verse.
Well, they hope that it's true because it's an escape from their reality.
And it becomes gospel.
That's why I'm saying it's parasitic and exploitative, even, because these people are vulnerable. And instead of helping them, Democrats take advantage of their poverty, their vulnerability.
It's awful.
Right. Instead of actually helping them, they tell them what they want to hear for a vote.
Correct.
Like, oh, you're poor, we'll give you free money if you vote for us.
Right. I believe it. And at one point they got free phones, too.
Even though Trump did give people free money.
All the illegal immigrants get on
You're a fucking idiot.
Now they're trying to propose a bill that normalizes 5,000 a day.
Yeah, California's fucked.
Yeah, that's the bill they're proposing. They say it's gonna help with the border.
California's been fucked for a long time. Like the past 9 or so years. Okay, I gotta go.
It sounds good.
Yeah, the state that's lost the most
43.
residents in the past year is California.
Yeah, bro.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, who would want to stay there if you have any brain power?
Such a shit
The
hole.
whole situation's fucked.
It is a
Ridiculously
serious
so.
shit show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, there's food in the stove for both of you.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll probably wrap up the stream here in a bit also, since it's close to 9.
It is close enough. You can start work.
Great conversation, though.
Yeah, it was excellent. Thanks for joining us. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
All right, have a good night.
Me too. Alrighty, y'all. Thanks for joining the stream, guys. I'm going to start wrapping it up here in a bit. I just need to find a save point, which is not far from where I'm at right now. But yeah, I'm affiliated now. I'm still figuring out what I need to do. If there's any... I don't know. I have like so many options now that I'm affiliated on Twitch that I need to figure out. Like I need to make like an intro or something. Like a page, a welcome video for my page or something. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate you guys watching the video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great... end of January, coming February. So we've got Valentine's Day coming up. So I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. And yeah, I think that's the only really holiday that's coming up soon. But anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I really do. And hold on, let me save this game real quick. I'll be back. I'm trying to stream Fridays, honestly. Fuck. I don't want to promise this Friday though. I don't want to promise this Friday, to be honest with you. But I'll be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And I will see you guys later.